Alright guys, I have sort of a new hobby. It's not it's not a new hobby because I've been into it for a long time, but it's new to the quote-unquote official hobby of YouTube, and that's hot sauce. Good Lord, Jeff, when does it end? It doesn't end. I'm just endless. My hobby is hobbies, I guess. I guess it's just how it is, but anyway, I've mentioned it before in the past. I've always been into hot sauce. I love hot sauce on everything. Don't get ridiculous, but there's a lot of stuff that I put hot sauce on. But anyway, I'm showing you some stuff. What I decided to do is, I was going to throw out these bottles. They're in my refrigerator, and there were, two of them were empty. This one, and the other two had just a tiny bit left, and I used the rest to make a marinade for some a pork roast I was making. But anyway, I went to throw the bottles out and I thought I should probably just save these, and when I try hot sauce, I'll keep trying different kinds of hot sauce. Every time I buy it, I'll get something new. I mean, I'll keep one or two bottles of my favorite stuff in the house at all times, but you know, I'll just try different stuff. So I'm just going to start collecting the bottles. But what I figured I'd do is if I get a new hot sauce, I'll review it in the future. I think there's a lot of people out there that like hot sauce of all kinds for all different reasons and all different foods. And I just thought it was an interesting thing. I mean, a lot of people are interested in the food type stuff. Hot sauce is cool to review because sometimes, a lot of times I should say, it's over advertised as being hot. Some hot sauces really aren't that hot, and they say like screaming fire, you know, burn the hair off your butt hot sauce, and then like you taste it and you're like, it tastes like ketchup. So it's really hit and miss. And then other ones just are kind of like sleeper hot sauces. They don't really advertise much. It just says, you know, hot sauce, whatever, and it's just killer, too hot, crazy, you know, mouth on fire kind of stuff. Plus, what a lot of people don't understand who aren't into hot sauce is that there's a lot of flavor that people are looking for. It's not just spice. There's always a really unique balance between spice and flavor. So anyway, I'm just going to briefly talk about some of these that I've gone through, that I've, you know, eaten, and what I thought about them. One of my newer favorite brands of hot sauce is this Pain is Good stuff. And this is at my local food store. They have like 4 different types of flavors, but I know that there's a bunch more. And the company is just called Pain is Good, and they have all these little different batches. This one's the Louisiana style, batch number 218. And this hot sauce was very good. I've actually, both of these, this is the only 2 that I've tried so far. I want to pick up a different kind, but they're both extremely tasty. And there's a lot of flavor there. It doesn't have, I mean, it's hot. They're both pretty hot. I mean, if you're into hot sauce, you gotta like it. It's gonna scorch your mouth a little bit. But what I really liked about it is that it was just packed full of flavor. This Louisiana style one really had a lot of that garlicky type cayenne pepper type flavor. It kind of hit the spot with the whole Louisiana style. It's very similar to a lot of the stuff that I've had, you know, from Louisiana before. Different kinds of hot sauce. Very accurate to the area, put it that way. But it was very tasty. The little hot scale here shows in between mild and medium, but it is like kind of an extreme scale. It is a pretty hot sauce. But anyway, I thought that was really good. This one was my favorite so far. This is the Jamaican style, batch number 114, and this thing kicked butt. It was so delicious. It had all these like tropical fruit flavors. It was extra spicy. I mean, it was really up there in the heat scales. It kicked your butt. If you use this straight, a lot of times I would cut it with some other stuff, but one of the best sauces that I've made so far for chicken, like chicken strips, is I mix this with ranch dressing. And you get the creaminess of the ranch dressing and all that flavor if you're into that, but you also get all the fruits and the heat you get from this. It was just so delicious. It was really like an awesome dip. It was something that reminded me you would get like, you know, TGI Fridays or something like that. Not that I love Fridays, but it just tasted like something you would get if you went out to dinner. It was very sophisticated, bold flavors, but definitely very spicy. But very good. I really liked them. Both of these things were like $5 for the bottle. It's not a huge bottle. I actually kind of like the bottle itself. It's got a curve in the back, kind of like an old whiskey bottle or something. But very tasty. Because they were very hot, they lasted me a while. This one lasted me at least 2 or 3 months because I only used a little bit at a time. But anyway, these Pain is Good type hot sauces, Definitely worth checking out if you're a hot sauce connoisseur. It's a must in my book. I mean, there's literally thousands of different hot sauces out there, but these were just, they were so full of flavor. It wasn't just the heat I was looking for, the flavor was really there. So by themselves or mixed with other types of things, you know, it really made a great addition to a lot of different food. Alright, now here we have Tabasco. This is pretty straightforward. I mean, most people are going to be familiar with Tabasco sauce. This one was the chipotle sauce, not the original. There's a couple different kinds. But this one I actually didn't like that much. I love Tabasco sauce. I love pretty much all the ones they make, but the chipotle one, to me, it was very tangy. It reminded me very much of A1 steak sauce. Now, I'm not really into A1 steak sauce at all. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out there who eat it and love it. You know, I'm not knocking it, but my personal preference is I don't like that at all. It's too vinegary and too tangy for me. I don't like it. Just makes my mouth kind of pucker a little bit. This was very similar to that. I love chipotle flavor, but I didn't like how Tabasco put this one together. It was just, like I said, it was just too tangy for me. Sour, I don't know. I didn't like it very much. I didn't like that kind of twang that it had. Now, I do like that type of flavor, but in other applications, not in a hot sauce. But anyway, so that was one disappointment for me, was the chipotle version of the Tabasco sauce. But anyway, the last one here, this one's kind of special because this was purchased from my mother and sister a couple years ago. Cruise lines were dirt cheap. I mean, they're getting really cheap now. Take a cruise. I mean, it's like $500 for 2 people for like 3 or 4 days or something, which might seem a lot, but for a vacation, it's really nothing. People spend thousands on vacations. But anyway, it was dirt cheap, so they decided to go down to, they went to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, and they went to Hell, the place Hell in Grand Cayman. And they went to this little shop, and they know I love hot sauce, so they bought this. This is Devil's Hangout. It's hotter than hell sauce, and the guy in the bottle is the owner of the store there. They said that he, you know, just kind of walks around. He just, I don't know, he put his face in a lot of the different types of hot sauce, but very good sauce. Not a whole lot of flavor. It's basically just a bottle of ground up golden habaneros. Yes, it's extremely hot. It did have a yellow gold color. The flavor was in the pepper itself, but there wasn't any additional flavors at all. I use it pretty much as a heat, you know, application. I just put it in things I want it to be hot. You did get kind of a peppery flavor from it, but nothing else. But it was very, very good. This one lasted me a long time. It was kind of a bigger bottle and obviously very hot, so I only used it sparingly. But it's cool because for me it's also a story. It's not just a hot sauce. It was a gift, you know. It just, I like the whole thing, and there's a whole story behind it as far as security goes too. I mean, they had a hard time getting it back on the plane on the way back because this was not too long after one of those you know, liquid bombs were found, you know, so they had a really hard time getting it. But my mother actually just kind of begged and pleaded with the guy, you know, this is the only thing I got my son. He loves hot sauce, you know, please. So I don't know, they let her on there. Good thing I wasn't a bomb, huh? That guy would have been pretty upset that he let her on with the bomb hot sauce. This is the bomb. But no, anyway, very good. I don't know if you can order this online, so I didn't want to focus too much on it, but for me, it has specific history and story, so I think it's pretty cool. And every time I see the bottle, of course, I'll think of my family, which is nice. But anyway, the Tabasco sauce is available everywhere. You don't have to worry about that. If you do want to try the chipotle, it does really have that kind of a twang, that kind of a tart type kick to it. Like I said, if you're an A1 steak sauce guy, definitely for you. Very, very similar. So, you know, you can get that pretty much anywhere. These two, like I said, I don't know if you can find it online. I would Google it. It's just called Pain is Good. And I love the little faces on the bottles too. They're pretty funny. That's what actually attracted me to it. I saw it in the store, and I'm like, I gotta try that thing. They also make salsa too, which is very, very good. But this is a hot sauce video, not a salsa video, so I didn't show the bottles. And I don't even have them anymore, I threw them out. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can look forward to more hot sauce reviews in the future. Take care.